All right, everybody. Good morning. Today is September 8th. I have 9:02 a.m. It's raining and we are alive. So welcome. Glad to see your faces. Thank you for joining us this morning. And we have an exciting presenter to share with you today. I'm Craig Hulse. You're probably tired of hearing me and seeing me, but I just wanted to remind you of who I am because I'm a great guy. And I wanted to remind you that we're here because of One Man Cups. Its mission is to help aspiring and current entrepreneurs succeed in their endeavors by establishing a supportive space where they can test, tweak, or simply validate their idea, while connecting them to similarly diverse driven members of their communities. Or it ensures that any entrepreneur or wannapreneur will have at least one clearly defined path to access education and resources in their community. Right now, we're doing one presentation a week, but we have the capacity to handle two. Presenters aren't here to sell, invest, or gain exposure. Rather, they're here to share their business, their journey, milestones, and most importantly, obstacles to their barrier to success. Kind of loosely, presentations are about 6 minutes each, followed by a Q&A of 20 minutes. However, we're a little loose here, and we let you go even up to 10 minutes. And if you're really good, we'll let you go up to 11 minutes. And then we follow it up by community updates. I'd like to thank our sponsors here, the North Richland Hills Library. It's a fantastic facility. I want to express our gratitude to the library for hosting this. They're here before us. They opened up the doors. We're using their computers. I just can't tell you how much I appreciate their sponsorship. Also want to shout out to Culture Consultants and the Inclusive Miss Michonne Landry. She graced us with her presence last week. And I'm not sure if she's on right now. I can't see, but it was really exciting to have her present last week, even though I wasn't here. And you guys may or may not know, but she does a lot behind the scenes with regards to keeping the engine going. Organizers, same folks. Wave if you are an organizer. Hi, Ms. Darlisa Diltz, myself, Shay Jackson, Natalia, Camille, Hank, Elizabeth, Jack, and Miss Michonne. So this is our fun part where we go with who's in the room. And what I'd like to do is maybe pick on somebody virtually right now. We'll pick on two people, and Darlisa is going to yell out the person's name.
Yes. All right. So we're going to go with Eva.
Hey, Darlisa. Hello, everyone.
You get to introduce yourself.
Okay. What is I'm sorry, I missed the onset. What are we doing? Introducing?
Yes.
Okay, 15 seconds. Okay, hello everyone. My name is Eva Diva Mishra. My business is Blue Ocean Capital, and I am the MIME, M-I-M-E, which is Multifamily Investment Made Easy. And how did I learn about? Well, I have known about 1 million cups for a long time, and I know the wonderful Darlisa and Craig really, really emphasize it, and I've heard about it from not only the Northeast Chamber, but the Colleyville Chamber. So that's why I'm here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. That was over 15, but you know, you get them. Yeah, I'm done.
Thank you, Eva Diva. All right.
Thank you, Darlisa.
We have some new. So we're going to let him introduce.
Well, hi, my name is Yannick Price. I'm a real estate agent, and I learned about a while back. And I've never been. It's my first time. I'm excited. I heard about it to another entrepreneur.
We'll see. Oh, we'll see her slide.
Okay. Let's pick on two more people.
All right, two more people. Okay, who's next to me?
Hey guys, my name is Lane Johnston. I'm with Rankin Building Solutions, and I found out about 1 million cups through the chamber and Craig Hulse.
Awesome. Okay, we have a old school, but he's not been on for a while, so we'll go with Mr. Mike. You're on mute.
I'm on mute, sorry. Hi, how are you? It's good to see you all. It's been busy Wednesday mornings, but here still in Cancun. Can't wait to get back to DFW area so I can meet you all in person, but we'll be there in November. And so I'm with 5 Diamond Club, and we're a vacation savings benefits program looking to meet business owners, HR executives, or employee benefits directors, or just happy vacationers that want to save a lot of money on their vacations. Great to see you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Craig, are you up next again or me?
Our presenter is stuck in traffic, and his ETA is about 10 minutes from now. So we're going to dive into
Give him something fun.
community updates, and we're zigging and zagging right now, if you can't tell. And so if you have an event or a community update that you'd like to share, the mic is yours.
Well, I don't have a community announcement per se, but I am looking for a community manager. So we are hiring for a community manager. So if you know anyone that may be interested in a position, please have them to reach out to me. I'll put my information in the chat box once I go back over there. But actually, and we have some time, we can do like we did last week. We can just do round robin. Let's hear from everybody. So Mary, I see your hand up. You can go. You want to introduce yourself and whatever announcement you have for us as well.
Awesome. Mary with Mary Kay, couple of announcements. Some of this has to do with chamber. First of all, the last Sunday of this month, we are doing Denim and Diamonds. It is the largest fundraiser the Northeast Tarrant Chamber does. The reason I want to bring it up here is this is also a great way for you to PR your business. So if you have an item or would like to buy an item, $50 or more, we also have free tickets. But the big thing is we then get to help PR your business. And the money we raise is for local scholarships for seniors. Love it because it's not just colleges, but it's also trade schools. It's letting people go to the school that is best suited for them. So I love to be a part of that. And it is for all the neighboring schools that we serve. So that is the last Sunday. We are looking for donations. And if you'd like to volunteer your time and actually be able to mix and mingle with your, whatever, that would be awesome as well. The second thing is I would like to put on your calendar for next month, the Northeast Tarrant Women's Group is doing a luncheon on the 27th of October. And so ladies, or if you have ladies that are a part of your organization, we would love for you to join us for that luncheon on October 27th. And then for my business, if anybody would like to learn how to better apply eye makeup based on their eye shape, I am doing a virtual class later today. Let me know and I will send you the private link to be a part of that.
Thank you, Mary. All right. Who else? I don't see. Courtney, do you guys have any updates? Activities going on?
We do. Can you all hear me okay from back here? Yes. This coming Saturday is our Teens Guide to Adulting, our first session, and it's car maintenance. So for any teens or new drivers, it would be a great event for them to sign up for. You have to register for that class this Saturday at 10:30. And we're doing Microsoft Excel Basics class Monday at 4. And our fall concert series starts on next Thursday, the 16th at 6 p.m. And that is our tango group, Hugo and Selena. So pop in for that.
Thank you, Courtney. Okay, how about you, Amy? We haven't seen Amy in a long time. Do you have any announcements or want to say hi, Amy?
Yeah, my internet's giving me grief, so that's why I've got my video off. It helps to not buffer. I'm trying to grab my link from my calendar. We have weekly networking open to anyone not seat protected every Wednesday at 3. So I will drop that link as soon as my internet cooperates and I can grab the link.
Thank you, Amy. Good to see you, even if it's just your picture. Tracy, how about you?
Yes, we have our weekly Synergy NETC that meets every Wednesday morning right before this, and we make sure to get done in time for you to hop on the 1 million Cups. I put the link. It's a great Zoom only group right now, but we are looking to go hybrid sometime. Would love to have you guys all here before. And to reiterate Mary's Denim and Diamonds, we'd love to have you participate. We have a fantastic committee doing a lot of work behind the scenes. And all you need to do is donate something of $50 or more and you get free tickets to the event. And it's a fun event. Every year we have such a great time. So we hope to see everybody there.
Hey guys, heard Denim and Diamonds twice. So third time's a charm. That means you have to do something about it. All right. Angie.
Good morning, and everyone. I'm Angie from the Northeast Tarrant Chamber of Commerce. Glad to see you all today. We have a lot of great, exciting things that are happening at the Chamber. And as you know, Chamber is out to make your business better. We're here to promote you and to offer you all sorts of opportunities for networking and professional and business skills to sharpen those. And with that, we've got our, this Friday, as a matter of fact, September 10th, we are hosting our Business Over Breakfast, which will be a virtual event. It is at 9 to 10. So you can look at our website to get the Zoom link for that, but it's going to be presented by Robert Hall, and it's entitled Seeking Herd Immunity for Our Relationship Pandemic. So it's going to be a really interesting kind of conversation on, you see how COVID has affected us all, but it's really affected our relationships. So I can't wait to hear some of his insight on how to kind of cope with our relational endeavors here through this whole weird time of COVID. So that's Business Over Breakfast Friday online. Aside from that, we have exciting other things happening. We have our September nonprofit luncheon that's going to be at the Birdville Fine Arts and Athletic Complex on Thursday, September the 16th. It's going to be a little earlier this time, 11 a.m. to 1:30, because we're spotlighting our nonprofits. We've got amazing nonprofit organizations that help so much in our community. And we're going to take some time. They have exhibit tables out there so you can breeze around and visit with them and find out more about what they do, as well as sit at a luncheon table with them and really engage with their organization and talk about becoming a donor or a volunteer or just raising advocacy for them in our town here. So with that, September nonprofit luncheon. It's Trinity Metro Tex Rail is our sponsor. Scholarship match is Family Christian Doors, and we're getting it catered from Mexican food. I think it's Christina. So it's going to be a great time there. And then also Denim and Diamonds is going to be Sunday, September 26th. It's at the NYTEX Sports Center in North Richland Hills. It's going to be a great time. All of y'all come out for that. $10 tickets at the door. But if you want to donate something, you can, if it's $50 in value or more, we'll give you 2 free tickets to attend. It's going to be a great event. The NYTEX, of course, has an open bar there with beverages for you to enjoy. But we're going to have 20 restaurants out there with tasting samples. So you'll have a great time walking around listening to the great DJ Matt Blake. He's going to be helping us with the entertainment. And then just cruise around and sample those 20 restaurants that are in our local vicinity here in our cities. And with that, there's going to be over 300, we're hoping, silent auction items there for you to bid on and hopefully win. We've got great things. I see things coming in the door, and I can't wait to bid on some of these items. We also have big board items, so vacation packages and golf packages and hotel entertainment packages as well. So if you have something that your business, it could be a service as well that you wish to donate to Denim and Diamonds, call out us, the chamber here. Give us a holler here, a call, or on our website and our email address, and let us know. We'd just love to have you come out between 5 and 8 Sunday, September the 26th at the NITEX, and enjoy this great event. And on that, we've just got weekly events that we do. Toastmasters is on Mondays, 12 to 1. Anyone can join in, come as you are. Let's count our ums and ahs and do our public speaking and our 30-second commercials and get a little more versed, and also network and meet some great people that are there as well. Network Success Group is Tuesdays at the Olive Garden from 11:30 to 1. And as Tracy mentioned, we've got a great group on Synergy Wednesday mornings prior to this great group here. And then other exciting things coming up on our calendar. Dynamic Women's Alliance is going to be in October. Great chance for women to get together and network and share referrals and all. So with that, don't know if I was supposed to do the whole rundown of the chamber, but there you have it. Thank you all.
So thank you so much, Angie, for all of those announcements. Okay, so right before Angie, Tracy went, when we said third time a charm, so Angie gave you your third time. So looking forward to seeing all of you guys there, except for Mike, because he's not local. But we're glad to have Mike with us in our community. But looking forward to seeing all of you guys there. I'd like to take a moment to just highlight Miss Elizabeth. She never says much, but Elizabeth is like our powerhouse. So Elizabeth, you want to just say hi to everyone and
Sure. Hi guys, I'm Elizabeth Copeland. I am the Economic Development Analyst for the City of North Richland Hills. I work for Craig. And if I want to highlight a couple of items for the city, might as well. We have our Autumn Sounds concert series starting this Friday night. I believe it's a 3-week series every Friday night right out here in front of City Hall. So I encourage you to join us for that. Excited to have some in-person events here. And then also the Doggy Beach Bash at NRH2O on the 25th is when you can take your dog to NRH2O and let it enjoy the water there. So just a couple fun items we have coming up here at the city.
Elizabeth. All right, so we do have our guest speaker here. So we are letting him get set up and working through our technology really quickly. Want to remind you guys, of course, to tap into our social channels. And I won't say that again, but if you know anyone that is interested in presenting, if you have presented before and it has been 6 months, you are more than welcome to do so again. So without further ado, I am going to give it back to Craig, who is going to introduce our.
All right, kids. Good morning.
We only see your nose.
Oh, you only see my nose, okay. Good morning. You guys see me?
Yes.
Okay. So I'd like to introduce you to Raphael, known as Rafi Bombino. He's been married for 11 years to Lindsay Bambino, formerly known as Rankin, and you'll get to, and he'll explain that. They have 4 children, under 10. Wow. Jackson, 10 years old, Alessandra, 8, Braden, 5, and Lucas, 3, not to mention 2 dogs. That's a handful. His family is from Puerto Rico and Cuba and is fluent in Spanish. Rafi grew up in the Chicagoland area and moved to Texas in March of 2020. Yep, right at the beginning of COVID. Rafi is a licensed attorney in Illinois and worked as a litigator in Chicago for 10 years. Don't argue with this guy, he'll win. He decided to make a career change and join the family business at Rankin. His father-in-law started the business and his wife, Lindsay, is the president of the company. He wears many hats for Rankin: general manager, business development, sales, service support, in-house counsel, and now 1 Million Cups presenter. And is blessed to have this opportunity to live and work as an entrepreneur. So without further ado, I'd like you guys all to give a warm welcome to Rafi Bombino. Yeah, you can come up here. All right. And this will proceed the slides forward. And then let me make sure we get your.
Is it just my nose? It's my, all right. It's my shiny face. All right. Let's see. Are we, okay, cool. All right. Good morning, everyone. And I apologize. Apparently, a year and a half of Zoom meetings in pajamas does not have me properly accounting for traffic, accidents, and weather. So I sincerely apologize, but thank you to Craig, Darlisa, and the rest of the Million Cups team to kind of improvise and give me a little time to get here. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I apologize for the inconvenience. This is not my style. For me, I very much live by early is on time is late. So this is very disappointing for me. All right, it's an internal struggle right now.
The good news is there's 14 other people that have Zoomed in that didn't take the risk like you did. So.
All right. So thank you very much for the introduction. And I do just want to say one little caveat based on don't argue with me. So part of the reason why I got out of litigation, it was a tremendous experience. I learned what I wanted to learn. I had some fantastic mentors that forever changed my life. But I like to work with people. I like to resolve things. So you can try and argue with me and then we'll figure out a way to solve it, right? And walk away with smiles and be friends, right? But anyway, so I'm Raphael or Rafi. I work with Rankin, and my first slide here is I know kind of the big things for 1 million cups is some of our biggest challenges. So I wanted to share those now so that as I present, maybe you can think a little bit and maybe something will come to you. So we have a lot of challenges, but I chose 3. Our first one and biggest one is, so once I tell you a little bit more about the space that we're in, we are competing with billion-dollar companies. We're a family-owned business that is not in the billion-dollar category. So we are competing with companies that essentially have unlimited resources when compared to us. And it's a challenge. So with that, one of our challenges is that kind of falls into that is marketing and staying top of mind with folks and educating the market. And so as I go through some more here about who we are, if you have any marketing tips or strategies on kind of how to better get involved or get opportunities here in the Texas market, would love to hear them. And then the other thing too is we are competing with billion-dollar companies, but there are some other businesses that are similar to us, but bigger. Some of the billion-dollar companies have been buying those folks, but there are some relationships that run very deep in Texas because some of these companies have been here for a long time. And part of, you'll see here, our new location is in Addison, Texas. So we came out here, in March of 2020, right as COVID was getting going. And feeling very blessed. We had a solid customer base to keep us going, but trying to build on that, right? But so we're new to the area. And then as I'll get into a little bit as well, my wife and I are currently in the process of buying out my father-in-law. So we will be a woman-owned business. So we are new entrepreneurs where kind of the buck stops with us, really. We kind of always had that little buffer of, hey, grandpa, dad, father-in-law was kind of still calling the shots, right? And that's really changed a lot in the last year and a half. All right, let's see if I can do this. So what is Rankin? So we're a family-owned business that specializes in temporary climate control. We rent equipment that's used for portable air conditioning, heating, drying, air filtration. If it's too hot, too cold, too wet in your particular space, we may have the right portable equipment for you. Here's some, little more detail kind of on who we are, kind of our phrases. One of my favorite is you call, we haul. We get a lot of emergency calls. So we do our absolute best to hustle, to get to wherever it is that someone needs our support and take care of them right away. And that's one of our big differentiators with some of those billion-dollar companies that can't kind of give that attention and that detail to their customers. All right, so a little more about who we are, our core values. We support 4 verticals: construction, commercial spaces, industrial, and restoration. Those are kind of the big categories of folks that we're helping out. So as we looked at the key folks that allowed our company to survive and thrive for, I missed this fun fact, but for 40 years, I'll get into a little bit more here, but we've been around for 40 years. We started in Chicago, but these were some of the key values and core values that these key members to our organization had displayed and lived by. Safety first, team Rankin, consider it done, and always do the right thing. We strive to have all of our team members know these inside out and live by them. If this isn't who you are, that's okay. It just might not be the right fit working with us because we all operate with these core values in mind every day. So about Rankin. We started 40 years ago in the Chicagoland area. It was my father-in-law, Jack Rankin, that started the business. To me, it's the epitome of the American dream. He had an opportunity that presented itself to him. He and a handful of folks divided up the country, had handshake deals, and Jack essentially started hustling with a little blue pickup truck and a handful of pieces of equipment and started delivering construction grade heating equipment to all those construction projects in Chicago that need climate control through the months of November, December, January, February. All right. And so here we are 40 years later, and we have multiple locations throughout the Midwest, the Northeast, the Carolinas, and Texas being our newest location. So we've been very blessed to have some folks with us for many years. We got employees that have been with us 20, 25, 30 years. So due to Jack's hard work, his initiative, he's been able to support many lives and families to do the things that they want to do, and very, very grateful for that. We stand essentially on his shoulders. All right, so I touched on this a little bit here, but safety, service, and savings, those are kind of the key things that we look to utilize to differentiate ourselves from our competition and to acquire and maintain and keep some of our best customers, right? And again, here you'll see we've done thousands of projects across multiple industries, with commercial, construction, industrial, and restoration kind of being the big broad categories. I know I'm talking fast. I hope I'm not going too fast. I'll try to keep that in mind. All right, so a big thing about me, all right, I'm very big on gratitude. I try to practice gratitude every day. So I want to take a moment here to thank the 1 Million Cups team for this opportunity to present to all of you. I should have had Darlisa's name on here as well, so I apologize. I spoke with Craig and Elizabeth to prepare for this meeting, but thank you all for this opportunity. Very grateful to share and then learn more about each of you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, environments we serve. So part of our challenge I touched on is educating the market. There's a lot of folks that have no idea that this niche exists, and it is a niche. I had no clue it existed until I met my wife 15 years ago, right? But some of the spaces where you need climate control, I mean, think of heating and cooling. The commercial space is pretty much the broadest, right? This library, if their air conditioning goes out and it's going to take a couple days, a week, a month, whatever it is to repair, and it's super hot in the library, and we want to use this conference room, but it's 100 degrees in here. We have equipment that we could bring in here to get some relief so that this space can still be utilized while those repairs are being handled by your HVAC contractors. So the commercial spaces can be anything from a bank, a convenience store, an office space like this, to a 30-story office building. We did a building on Michigan Avenue last year in Chicago. 30 plus stories, ended up taking 170 plus pieces of air conditioning equipment from us. We do construction as well. We do the industrial or the warehouses, right? So think of those warehouses that don't have heating and cooling. Now, it's not always about the people, right? But sometimes it is, right? If it gets too hot, OSHA says, hey, you got to give people more breaks. You've got to maybe even shut down if it's too hot, right? Because it's not safe for the people to be in there. But a lot of times it can also be the products, the materials, the equipment, right? What is it that they utilize that might be temperature sensitive? One that comes to mind for me, and I think a lot of folks can understand this, is pharmaceuticals, prescription drugs. We do a lot of pharmacies where they have HVAC emergencies. Those pharmaceuticals, if they're exposed to extreme heat, those prescription drugs go bad. That could be millions of dollars worth of product, right? Here's an example of some of those well-known names that we've supported over the last few years, just to give you an example of kind of the breadth of spaces that we can help, and some very well-known brands too. All right, so I touched on this a little bit. Specialized Custom Solutions Rental House. You see some pictures of equipment here. The first category all the way to my left is some heating equipment, and this is just a small sample size. We have lots of other different types, and these are more of our more commercial style units. We have some very heavy duty industrial equipment, but we have heating, right? So portable air, hot air, right? You got cooling equipment, cold air, dehumidification, so dry air, and then we have air filtration equipment, so clean air, right? So nowadays, air quality is a hot topic with COVID, right? So air filtration has been kind of on a lot of folks' minds. So this is a way to clean the air, reduce the microbes and the bacteria that are in the space, right? So those are our main product lines that we utilize to support our customers. Okay, a big thing for us is safety. So we love to plan and be prepared. So whenever possible, if we have the chance to walk a space, understand from the customer what the concerns might be when it comes to climate control, and come up with a customized plan, because of the fact that we've been around for 40 years. And as an organization, we've seen thousands and thousands of spaces.
We love to plan and prepare and utilize our knowledge to come up with the best solution for them. Whether that actually involves our equipment, or sometimes, quite frankly, we might say, hey, you know what? Let's talk to these other folks here. Sometimes they are our competitors, but you know what? That's the right piece of equipment for your particular application, as long as it works for their budget, right? And we go through rigorous process to test our equipment, get it up to spec, make sure it's maintained properly and operating as it should. Okay. The Rankin Advantage is something that our company has used for many, many years to really educate our own team and to allow us to succeed and thrive, right? So we got these fun phrases: you call, we haul, dependable quality equipment, guaranteed service. I give everyone that I connect with my cell phone number. I tell them to call us 24/7, 365. I've received phone calls at 10 p.m., 1 a.m., on holidays, Super Bowl Sunday, whatever it is, right? If I can't answer, I always tell folks, leave me a message, I'll get back to ASAP. But we are constantly making sure that folks have a direct line to us, which is, again, is another differentiator from our competition, where sometimes you may call someone and you may not hear from them for hours, for days, right? And we strive to never let that happen. All right, so I'm not sure why this is showing this way, but here's some of the local folks. So there's myself, Rafi Bombino, Michael Scalf, and Manny Guerrero. These are some of our local team members that are our leaders, that if anyone was ever to need something from us, most likely you would be working with one of these folks. We have other team members as well, but these are the three main leaders. So I wanted to introduce them to all of you. Okay, so how can the 1 Million Cups community help? So I would love to hear any thoughts you have on those big issues that I raised at the beginning. Marketing is definitely one that's been a challenge for us. We started heavily in construction, right? That was the mothership that really allowed the organization to get to where it was all throughout the 80s and 90s. And then in the 2000s, we had the recession, and construction went down, and we went right there with it. So we've done our absolute best since then to diversify and really pick up business in the commercial, industrial, and restoration space. But when you think of construction, these superintendents, project managers are the folks that we were connecting with. And those aren't necessarily folks that are, for instance, on Facebook, on Instagram, on social media. So a lot of our marketing was really face-to-face conversations, handing them literature, trying to build a relationship that way. Now we have a younger generation of folks coming up, so there might be a change in that. But for us, our marketing really was just boots on the ground, trying to knock on doors, right? And you can only reach so many folks in a day. And so any other tips that you guys might have on marketing would be fantastic. Any other ideas that I'm missing? One thing I've tried to do is the associations and groups, because I'm trying to connect with folks, to educate them about us and what we can do, but also to understand from them what they know about the market, right? What they know about Texas, DFW, and just start to build relationships, right? And I know that takes time, but I'm very fortunate. I'm very grateful to Lane for introducing me here to the chamber, because I've met some great people already. I've already learned some things, even chatting with Greg for half an hour. He gave me a couple of good ideas that I get to explore and vet. But is there anything else that you guys can think of that maybe I haven't already thought of that maybe I should explore? So those are a couple of the things that I just kind of brainstormed the other day. And let's see. And again, this is looking a little funny. I hope it's displaying okay. The thank you should be more in the middle of the screen. But again, gratitude's a big piece for me. So thank you. Appreciative of your time and whatever thoughts or feedback you may have. So I hope I'm doing okay on time. All right, good. And I think that's it, right? Yeah, that's it. So thank you.
Thank you, Rafi.
Yes, all right, let's give Mr. Rafi a hand. Great presentation. So I will be directing or going over the questions and answers. The first hand that I see is Tracy.
Yes, Rafi.
Tracy Archer.
Yes, how are you?
Good, this is from Tracy. So thank you, Tracy.
I have some shirts in the car if you're going to be there for a minute. But real quick, I know you said something about associations, and I'm involved in two, the Apartment Association of Tarrant County and the Apartment Association of Greater Dallas. The apartment complexes, if they run into any problems, they may be a really great organization to get involved with to help them with if they run into any issues. Separate apartments, the buildings themselves. So you may want to look into both those as a place to get a niche in there.
Awesome. Thank you, Tracy. Yeah, I had not heard of those. So that's fantastic. I appreciate that. Yeah. One of the things for us too is we do primarily commercial spaces, right? So we do a lot of B2B. We could do residential, but it would most likely be multifamily either on the construction side or after it's been completed. So I just want to add that explanation for folks. Although I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm friends with you all now. So we do help folks that are, business acquaintances, friends. So if someone's ever in dire need, give us a call because we do have equipment that can probably help you at your apartment or your house. But that's not something that we go after as part of our normal course of business. But thank you, Tracy. Yeah, I wrote those down and I'd love to chat with you maybe a little bit more about those. Thank you.
Yes, and there's another, I wanted to kind of piggyback off of what Tracy said, kind of what you were talking about, Rafi, concerning organizations not understanding what you do. Is there an educational component or like workshops that those associations have, Tracy, that he could potentially present to give more information about his business?
Yes, they do. They have a lot of events that they do put on. Going to those websites are going to be your best bet. The Apartment Association of Tarrant County has a trade show coming up in November. So if he does get involved, or maybe they can give him a guest pass to go around and look, but that would be a good place to start.
Awesome, awesome. All right, Miss Mary, you're next.
Great job. I will just say this is more like breaking into Texas. As a fellow Northerner, sports is your friend. Sports is your friend. Football is your friend. And it just like Chicago, as he broke in and became the good old boys club. Yes, you get a break in, but I will tell you over my years, getting to know and appreciate sports is a language of love, and to understand that Texas is its own universe, and do not compare it to the other 49 or you will never make it any place.
Good to know. Yeah, thank you. I swear, I think as soon as I tell folks I moved down here from Chicago, the first question out of their mouth is, are you a Bears fan? Yeah. Are you a Bears fan? Well, yes, but I like the Cowboys too. I can root for the Cowboys. All right, awesome. Thank you, Mary. So good to see you too. Yeah.
Be a hidden Bear fan. I'm just teasing. But no.
All
Or
right,
say that you are you're the Cowboys are number 2 and they rarely play the Bears. So that would actually help you. So just teasing. So, but I mean,
thank you.
As a Packer fan, I will tell you it does help. So, but.
Awesome. Thank you, Mary. And it's good to see you. And here's another little fun fact, if I can just piggyback off that. So my wife's side of the family is from Michigan. They're very big into hockey. So my father-in-law actually played professionally for a little while, but maybe everyone knows a guy by the name of Mike Modano, former Dallas Star, kind of a big deal in the Texas area. So he's actually a family friend of my father-in-law's, and Mr. Modano was actually at my wedding. So that was pretty cool. So we're definitely Dallas Stars fans. I can say that with confidence, and now I just got to keep the Bears part hidden. Okay, good to know.
Great input, Mary. All right, Miss Amy, you're up next.
Okay, awesome. So Mary's 100% right. You've entered a total country in its own. So yeah, just kind of make your way in. It takes time. But we're good people, we promise. Trade shows, fantastic suggestion. I mean, all day long, trade shows. Networking is great as well. There are tons of groups in the area. If you want to email me, I can send you a list of places in the area. 2 associations. One is the National Association of Women Business Owners. So that'll be one to connect with, as well as NAWIC, which is the National Association of Women in Construction. And they have a chapter here as well. So those are my suggestions.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate that, Amy. Yeah, and I'll shoot you a message because I'd love to. Yeah, I like going to trade shows. I've been to a handful. We really have done a great job improving the commercial side of our business, and they are direct products of some trade shows that we've attended. Yeah. So I'm a huge fan. I'm all about that. Thank you.
Yeah, let's plan a one-on-one, and I'll give you all the goods.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. We have an awesome community. All right, Miss Darlisa, I see your hand raised.
Thank you so much.
So, Rocky, and you may have mentioned it and I missed it, but could you tell us like some of the corporations or businesses that you currently work with, and if there's like an aspiration to work with like a particular company? So since you've been in Texas, you're like, oh, I'd really like to connect with BNSF or Toyota or whatever.
Sure. Great question. Yeah, there's so the corporations that we've worked with. So there was a slide that I show that I displayed briefly, kind of quickly. But yeah, corporations that we've worked with. So let's see. So the first one that comes to mind is Chase Bank. We do a lot of Chase Banks. There's we get phone calls when they have HVAC emergencies, and we deliver some of our portable air conditioning to those locations. Those are great spaces for us based on the size, based on the need. So facilities kind of that space are great targets for us. Starbucks would be a great one. We've done a handful of Starbucks, and one of the beautiful things that happened from that, we did most of that work in the New York City metro area. But one of the things that started happening as our equipment was at a Starbucks location, we also started to get phone calls at our 800 number saying, hey, I saw one of your pieces of equipment at a Starbucks. That looked pretty cool. I think I need one at my space. So Starbucks would be great on the local level here. Wells Fargo, 7-Eleven. So those are more on the commercial side. On the construction side, we've worked with Northland Development. We work with mechanical contractors. So we've done a little bit of work with Brandt Mechanical, TD Industries, and Brandt, TD Industries, and Polk. So if anyone knows anyone at any commercial mechanical contractors that are doing either repair work on HVAC systems or installations, I would love to know those folks and make sure that they know about us. Those are some of the folks that have some of those relationships, but I want all those people to know about us. Let's see. So that's commercial, and that's more of the construction. On the industrial side, we're actually in a Gatorade bottling facility right now, supporting some of their bottling line where it's super hot in their warehouse. I would love to get into some of the other PepsiCo facilities. So any warehouse that has doesn't have heating or cooling in their warehouse, and maybe it's too hot for their people, or they're in a line, right? They're working some sort of assembly line, and they have equipment or products that maybe could be cooled or heated. Does that help a little bit?
Absolutely. The reason I'll see if I didn't put it in. Reason I asked because mentioning that there could be like some connections to like one-off type individuals now outside of associations, things like that. So just kind of getting an understanding for where you're looking to go and some people. So Jack, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't he a part of like Coca-Cola? What is he for Coca-Cola?
You're on mute, Jack. Yeah, I've been meaning to
say that again, Darlisa? Or
yeah, he's
with Coca-Cola. He mentioned, kind of being connected to some of those type organizations. Could there be a connection with him and Ish?
like getting into Coca-Cola?
Just to connect him with Ish.
He's like the president.
No, he is. He's government relations director over there. So he goes around and he works with the, I think New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, state legislatures, and tries to lobby for favorable legislation as far as Coca-Cola and their interests, and also make sure Coca-Cola is integrated into all their communities. I think they're a member of 36 different chambers.
So Darlisa,
he can get you to perhaps the right person.
Yeah, and so let me just add this kind of broad category. And Lane and I are actually, this is how Lane and I met, was we're targeting some of the same folks. So for our space, anyone who's responsible for maintaining a facility, right? So a director of facility, director of operations, those are usually good folks for us to know. So I met Lane through an organization where we're trying to connect with property managers, right? And so when I cold call, and if I'm chatting with someone on the phone or first face-to-face, and they're not, again, they haven't heard of my niche, right? They don't know what I do. They're like, who should I connect you with? I am not too sure if it's this person, that person, or another person. One question I will ask folks that kind of directs me I think a good starting point is, let me ask you this. If your air conditioning or your heating system goes down, who do you call? Oh, we call Joe in maintenance. Oh, we call Linda over at CBRE. She's our property manager. We call Tom. He's the director of operations, right? So who's ever responsible for kind of taking the lead on that issue is usually a great starting point for us. So that could be facility managers, operation managers, plant managers at like hospitals or large universities. So school districts can be great opportunities for us too. I know a few of our competitors that do work closely with some different school districts where they supply them with a lot of air conditioning equipment in the summer. That would be a great opportunity for us. Does that help answer and give you a little bit more on that? Awesome. And Lane, I think I saw your hand up, but.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We had a question in the room.
Okay.
And before I comment or question, when you say Joe in maintenance, so when you say Joe in maintenance is the guy that they go to fix the HVAC, so you're looking for building engineers. Okay, so like not the property manager necessarily. And my question is, you said Chase Bank is a big customer. The Chase is in Texas as well, or up in Chicago?
Right now, Chase in the Texas area. We've been doing a heavy amount of Chase in Texas and then also in California.
So if Chase Bank, if I was a manager at Chase Bank and there's a problem with the AC, and you cannot have the AC out for a day or 2 days because it's Texas. Is Chase your customer, or does Chase call an HVAC company and the HVAC company says, we're not in temporary solutions, we are in really fixing the problem, but we have a relationship with Rankin? So
Excellent.
Which one's your customer?
Yep, excellent question. And the short answer is both.
Okay.
Right. So Chase, we'll just focus on that example here. So Chase, what they have is they work with a company that I refer to, or we refer to as a service provider. Okay. They are a company that goes out and markets to end users like a Chase, like a PetSmart, like a VisionWorks, right? And they sell that multi-site facility maintenance organization and say, hey, Chase, why don't you work with us, right? Service provider. And it's one number to call, and then I can put you in touch with my huge network of vendors that is plumbers, electricians, HVAC, temporary AC, landscaping, snow removal, regular handyman, whatever it may be. So Chase, in this particular situation, is they call that service provider. We have a very strong relationship with that service provider. So we're getting the work for Chase through them. Now, one of the things that happens is that contract that Chase might have with that service provider might be for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. It might change in scope. Maybe they do HVAC right now, but maybe in 2 years, it might just be plumbing and electrical. So this is what happened with Starbucks. We were working with a service provider like that. We were getting those opportunities, but then that contract expired. Starbucks started to work with someone else, and I still haven't figured out who it is yet, right? But I'm not getting those phone calls for those Starbucks anymore because that service provider isn't responsible for their HVAC repair work anymore. So maybe it is a mechanical contractor. Maybe they are now. They decided, you know what, we're going to work with, Brandt Mechanical Group and have them be responsible for all of our heating and cooling. So now they're calling Brandt to get our type of equipment. Does that make sense? So it's a little bit of both. So it could be the end user may just call direct. Some of those companies have their own facility department and they just handle it all themselves. Some outsource it, et cetera.
So to follow up, you said one of your biggest challenges is marketing. Are you spearheading marketing to other service, holistic service provider entities? I mean, it's kind of like a commercial home warranty company, it sounds like. Are you marketing to those entities saying, hey, we want to be a resource for you whenever your customers that you worked very hard to get call you to say we have an HVAC problem? Are you marketing to HVAC companies?
So we are, but we are doing it on what I'll call a limited budget. And so I know there's probably other ways to continue to market to those folks. And we're just trying to figure out what's the best investment. So the way that we currently market to those companies is some of the trade shows and associations. I've learned through those associations, okay, these are 10, 15 large players that are service providers, right? And I go to these shows, I go to their events to talk to them at their booth, to introduce myself, to try and build that relationship and then get their business. Same thing with the HVAC contractors. Some of those contractors go to those shows, some do not. And so right now, our current marketing strategy, so for instance, the ones I mentioned in Texas, as far as I know, are not members of those bigger shows that I've been going to. There are some local things I think they're a part of that I'm starting to kind of get my foot in the door to. But for those folks, our marketing is me calling, me emailing, me dropping off literature, right? Knocking on the door, trying to talk to folks, right? If I can find out, hey, they're a big member of this association and I should go ahead and buy an ad for that association, then I'd be willing to explore it. Again, realizing we're a family-owned business with limited resources. So we got to kind of choose, all right, I'm going to spend $1,000 here, then I can't spend it there, right? We're willing to try some things, but then it's kind of wait and see what the return is. With some of the shows in association, we've seen the return. So we're going to continue to invest in those. And now I'm trying to explore other ways to market to them. Does that answer your question, Ling?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, looks like another
All right.
question back here.
We
I don't
have
know.
Miss Iva had her hand up. Do you still have a question? Miss Iva? Okay, we can go to the next question then.
Great.
Yeah.
There's one back here too, I think, just.
Craig was first.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, Rafi, just some ideas, not really questions. You know, you mentioned you're in high demand in times of disaster, or when there's a flashpoint, when there's a catalytic event, all of a sudden people need you. 99.9% of the time they don't need you. And so the thought here is, and I'm not the expert, maybe someone here is, but we took our website, our city website, we did some meta tagging, if that's the terminology, where you add some meta tags to Rankin's site of terms that are flashpoint terms that someone would Google search when they were in need. The property managers, the construction managers, they may not be as internet savvy, but like you said, the millennial generation starting to take shape, we're becoming more and more attuned to online stuff. And whenever I have an idea or an issue, I Google search it. And so just the thought of meta tagging your site, that could possibly be free, free ways for more exposure for you. I don't know if you utilize that Google AdWords or anything like that, but play with it.
Yeah.
You can have a small budget, you can see if the ROI is there for that type of thing. Another idea is when you or your fleet or any of your employees drive around, there are always signs on buildings where they're leasing, or if it's a construction project, there's a sign on a construction project. I don't know if you have some sort of, maybe a raffle or type of thing where if your employees take a picture and email it to you of a sign, and then maybe once a month you pull whoever, picture and they get a free waffle at Waffle House or something, something like that. You collect those over time, you have a database of potential clients. Third one is, and I know Lane and I have talked about this, and is Elizabeth and I, this is what we do to serve our community and for everybody on the call. I'm more than happy to sit down with you and kind of go through a SWOT analysis. You being new to the market, you have a unique position in the region. You have strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. It'd be nice to memorialize those and then snuff out your threats, snuff out your weaknesses, maximize your opportunities and your strengths.
Awesome. Thank you, Craig. Yeah, those are great. I'm taking notes too. So thank you, everyone. Good ideas. We're definitely exploring Google AdWords. Our challenge now is we have the ads, we get people to go on the website, but we got to better track what comes of it. That's the part that literally I had a conference call yesterday about that. So working on that. Awesome. Thank you, sir.
Craig?
I know there was at least another question in the room here. Oh, I see Mary's hand up too. Sorry. Trying to look at that.
FYI, a way that you can also utilize cheaper, more helpfully is work like with your trade schools or your colleges and stuff like that, and work with some of your marketing people there that are looking for an internship that will help you put some of this digital stuff into, put your processes in place for you, because they get it. Nothing personal. They've lived it a little bit longer than you have.
Yeah, sure. No, that's great. I've always thought about trying to tap the college students internship group of folks. I had an internship when I was in college. It was a great experience. Just haven't been able to get that done. Thank you, Mary. Appreciate that. Good tip. Yes, ma'am.
Do you have a marketing or PR person on staff?
You're looking at.
Yeah, you're kind of looking at them. And that's part of the challenge, honestly, is you're looking at them.
On the website, you have your social media accounts listed as Facebook and LinkedIn, but there's like no posts.
Yep.
Facebook was March 2020.
Yep, that's part of our challenge. Yep. So family-owned business. We had some, we tried that several years ago. It wasn't working. We diverted resources essentially to something else, right? But you hit the nail on the head, right? Social media. Yeah, social.
Google reviews,
Yeah.
hit all of those and just start reading accounts.
Yep.
And I would agree with the Yelp and Google reviews. If you were going for residential, I'd say get all over Facebook. But if you're not going residential at all, that'd be.
But Facebook has businesses. So you could-
That's a great opportunity for an intern.
Yeah.
Someone who's in college and, wanting to put a skin on their resume, skin on the wall. Probably get them to do it for free. If it's a trusted family member or someone they'll enjoy it and then they can reference it on a resume to build their experience.
As
Yeah.
a Zennial, I'll just click on the social media for reviews.
I have some connections there too.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
All right, we have one more question, Miss Camille.
I was just going to piggyback off of what Mary said. Because of COVID, a lot of the students at Tarrant County College were not able to participate in any internship programs. And if you get in contact with Hank Johnson, which is one of our organizers, he can help you get in contact with somebody that's in marketing or going to school for marketing. And, also when you're going to chamber events, ask for introductions to people, with the school board, people that, are at large, facilities. The guy that owns NITEX, his assistant Chad would be probably a good contact for you. Other people that do marketing, such as myself and Dakota Taylor from Bambino Marketing, talk to us about, free marketing ideas that we might have. So just to name a couple of things.
Awesome. Thank you, Camille.
Thank you guys so much. So we are at 10 o'clock, but we do have a couple of other questions. If anyone has to drop off, we want to, of course, thank you guys for joining us today, being a part of the 1 Million Cups Northeast Tarrant County. For anyone that is able to stay on with us, we ask that you do so just briefly, but please check the chat box. We do have some additional community announcements in there. You can save it, bottom right, 3 dots. And of course, please follow us on all social medias. So we are going to open up the floor for
Yannick.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here. If you got to go, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, yes, sir.
Hey, Rafi, just wanted to ask, are you connecting with any commercial real estate agents?
I'm trying to. I just found out about a couple associations and I've gone to 1 or 2, networking events. So yes, I'm trying to connect with commercial real estate.
You're cold calling. And I would think them because, they're in the commercial, they're in the industrial, right?
Yep.
They're in the construction space, and they're gonna be, they're gonna have a lot of research for their clients, to be one of them. Also, I know you said you are cold calling, so are you, as you connect with these people, are you putting them on some kind of campaign? Like some kind of email campaign, so that way they are seeing you instead of just that one-time meeting?
No, and it's a work in progress. But that's the thing. I have a lot of emails from some of these associations, from some of the shows, from the folks that I meet, the business cards, right?
Right.
And it's an underutilized resource right now.
Constant contact, I actually use that personally. It's great. Yes, and then you put them all in there.
You want to spend a lot of money, Salesforce.
any more questions?
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So I'd be curious if you have any other ideas on the commercial real estate. I think CoreNet is one of the groups that I've heard about, and I'm starting to explore that. But if there's any others, love to hear it. Thank you, sir.
Did you say my name, Darlisa? I don't want to interrupt somebody else. Oh, okay. Thank you, beautiful. Hey, so I just wanted to say I am I am a multifamily investor here here in Texas. You missed our introduction earlier, because anyways, I would love to connect with you and see how we could, be a Synergy partner. We, as most people know on this call, we own close to 2,000 apartment units in Texas, and we work with several property management companies. And I mean, if I can do the soft introduction for you, make the connection for you, I'd be more than happy to. My information is in the chat. If you, my name's Eva, and like I said, if we can work together, or if I can, introduce you to some property management companies, I'd be more
Awesome.
than happy to, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. And yeah, awesome. Yeah, I don't have my computer, so I think Craig will help me get everything off the chat before we close up, but thank you.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much again for your time today. And thank you for allowing us to be a little flexible with things. We are 3 minutes over, and we like to be cognizant of everyone's time. So thank you guys so much for your participation with 1 Million Cups Northeast Tarrant County, and we look forward to seeing you guys next week.
Thank you, everyone.
Everyone. Bye.
Thank you,
See you
thank
next
you.
week.
Have a great day. Thank you.
Bye.
Is there